People deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal versus Man City, Man City versus Arsenal. It's the big one. And yeah, man, you're looking at Manchester City. We're going to play them for the final time. Still got to play United and Spurs. So yeah, we've still got a couple big clashes to go to. And I wouldn't say we're at the business end of the season, but we got our December still in amongst the pack. Now, from now until the end of February or March, we need to do our thing. And then April to May is the last furlong. Top four, I still don't believe it's going to happen, but we're fourth currently. Obviously, parity could be restored if we fail to take points against Man City. I know United would be licking their lips because they're just behind us. So are Chelsea. Spurs are ahead of us, but if we beat City, we actually do Spurs a favour and they draw some points on them. So it's getting political. We know first and second, really, despite what I just said, first and second is Liverpool and City, and whoever flops it, the other team will win the league. The real league title race is from third to probably fifth, sixth, third to sixth, let's call that. United, Chelsea, Arsenal. I suppose you can force Spurs into it. I'm forgetting someone else out, but everybody, you get the point. We're all fighting for that one spot in regards to fourth and possibly third and fourth, but for me it's the fourth one. I think Spurs will do it, but it's probably United, Chelsea and Arsenal fighting for that last spot. If we win this, then I will ease my claims on not getting top four, and I believe we can. Seeing is believing. You can imagine the situation. Again, I don't like to go over the past, but this is what I was saying at the start of the season with we need to take silly points because we'll sit here and think, what if? And we can't keep doing that, which we have season in, season out. The three games you're probably looking at, if we beat West Ham, got something better out of Wolves and Palace, them 3 games there, we could have done better and we'd be in a better position even if we did lose to City. That being said, we've put ourselves in a good position after, whether you say it's nervy or not, we got over the line against Cardiff, so it's a damage limitation thing. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think we're going to beat City. I won't hold it against us if we lose to City. I think I wouldn't say it's a free hit. I wouldn't go as far as that, but it's almost like it is what it is. Like, if we lose, I don't think many fans are going to question it. The minimum I'd like to see is some work ethic and just losing to the better team. I don't want to see, which I think in my head's going to happen, of City 2 or 3. I don't want to see us at 6s and 7s. The big thing I can actually see happening is a high line. I don't know. I'll probably talk about it in another vid, but you know how we typically play a high line. That's suicide. You saw it last season. Mustafi and Aguero in a foot race from playing a high line, and to make it worse, Mustafi's there with his hand up. That City team can cut any team up in a second. Everybody can provoke a goal-scoring situation. You don't believe me? You've seen the centre-halves start moves that have scored, that have led to goals being put in. You've definitely seen the full-backs. You've seen the midfielders. I don't need to spell it out for the attackers. You've even seen Edison hit fine passes. So we're going to need to be switched on because they can provoke situations from anywhere. I like how they set up as well. I'm not sure how Pep does it, but there's almost like 2-3 options for every man in possession. They make around 700 passes a game. So we know we're going against a side that, as much as we might claim to be a possession-based side, they're going to dominate, they're going to concede all of that. I would just like to lose to the better men. I would like to put in a committed performance. Of course, I want to win, people don't get twisted, but if we put in a good performance, committed performance, we ultimately just lose to the better men by a respectable scoreline, then all I can do is say we lick our wounds and we go again, to be honest with you. As well, obviously you've seen City. A lot of people are saying Palace and Newcastle have beat City, so we can. It's not going to be like that. Newcastle, they're probably feeling a bit of pressure. Palace, there was a Palace penalty and Palace did their thing, but stats might not back it up. We probably conceded less than Palace because of the stature of the clubs, but Roy Hodgson can coach a better back line currently than Unai Emery has this season, and things like that. And Newcastle, to a degree, they might not be. I wouldn't be as nice to flatter them and say they're necessarily better defensively than us, but you could see in both performances you saw a real organisation and a real team shape. You haven't seen that too many times with Arsenal. To be fair, we've done it in games, big games, especially at home, but we'll have to see. Seeing is a believing sort of thing. For me, I see the high line. We play a high line. They've got Sane, Sterling. Even look at the goal Aguero scored. It's a high line. They play the ball over the top into Sterling, and then Sterling's making a lovely run. Sane's making a run on the other side. Aguero's making a late run into the box, and Aguero obviously scored. That's something Arsenal fans have seen enough times. Now, boy, it's peak. Like, it's peak. Like, I don't see how we can win this. I want to, but I don't see how, because I think they've just got too much on the counter-attack. They've got too much in terms of their attacking ability. I think their defence can be asked questions, but it's down to us to do our job. Now, we can draw inspiration from Liverpool's result, because I feel Liverpool changed slightly. I feel they pressed them and forced them to vacate the ball and pass the ball, but also feel that Liverpool was smart. Rather than press the back 3-4, whatever you want to call it, of Man City, they kind of sat off. The front men positioned themselves and the midfielders in a way that, okay, we're not directly pressing you, but who are you going to pass to? You can only go sideways sort of thing, and then you're going to have to provoke us. And then Liverpool could obviously match them for pace, and Liverpool are on big games and fighting and things like that. So we can draw inspiration from Palace, Newcastle, and Liverpool, but they're three different contexts, in my opinion. As well, obviously, one bright light is that City might be feeling some sort of pressure and might be nervy, but by the same token, Pep has allegedly shouted at them. Pep isn't going to be happy with the Newcastle one, and we might feel their wrath. They know that they need to kind of win to keep. I wouldn't say if they lose, the title's over, but they'll lose significant ground. So it's a game of incredible importance for them. So it's a serious one for us. We could be very much out of the top four come Sunday evening, so that's enough carrot. Big games. We've done well against Chelsea. Yes, it was at home, but these players have to. These are the games where you have to show what you're on. You have to show what you're made of, and these are the games. I wouldn't say these are the games that make or break where you sit in a season, because we dropped a lot of dumb points, but they do. We need a performance. I will bite off someone's ear and arm or whatever the saying is to get a point, let alone 3. So yeah, man, we need to go out there. We need to do what we need to do, man. And if I just look at Newcastle and Palace's side, I think Palace lined up in a 5-4-1 at times, and then Newcastle's one was a quite a different variation of that. But you get the point. They sat in. They remained rigid. They got players to help stop the counter attacks, the 2v1s of Sane and things like that. Can't see how we defend against their pace and their ability to just cut us open in a sec. I can see us being in the game, having chances. We've got to take them, by the way. But we can get cut open in a second. In regards to the centre halves, not even too sure who he plays now. Koscielny, I swear Koscielny was just rested for Cardiff. Again, I'm not too sure on that, my people. Socrates is out. Mavropanos has just returned, so it looks like Mustafi and Monreal is going to be it. Part of me thinks he's going to go into he'll go 3-4-3 or a variation of that. I'd consider 3-5-2. But I'd like us to go with the diamond, and it's a tough one, because you'd think when you play a team like City, you've got no choice but to sit back and be rigid defensively, and we do have to be extra switched on defensively. But by the same token, we can't defend. By the same token, there's slight question marks over the squad. Our strengths are not defensively, they're the other way. So we might as well have a go at it, have an attack. We're expected to lose anyways. I'm pretty sure even these players don't believe in it. So we might as well have a go. We might as well enable Kohler to go up there and stuff. Don't get it twisted, Kohler and the right back to go up there and stuff, and our strikers to do their thing. Don't get it twisted. We need to defend, because you've seen Lingard and Firmino literally receive the ball off their own defenders in their own half and score. City are the best at counter-attacking sides. We've counter-attacked sides to good effect this season, and hopefully we do that against City. But we've also been the victim, so we need to switch on counter-attacks, pace, the ability to open up teams within one pass. Very much a possession-based side. We need to be switched on. I don't want to see us respecting them as well. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't against Manchester City, because you can't sit off. You cannot sit off again and sit back against City, or they're just going to pile pressure on you. You can't really attack against them, because they've got pace on the counter and they'll pick holes in us. So we've got to find balance. So I think the diamond would best give us that. Again, we can't defend, but there's an extra man in midfield. I would probably go Leno, Jenkinson / Maitland-Niles, and I say this because Maitland-Niles isn't a right back, but he gives us a bit more offensively than Jenkinson. Jenkinson, obviously, technically, you can say he was involved in Lacazette's goal against Cardiff, but his strengths are a bit more defensive and he's a bit more reserved. I don't think either have a chance against Sane, but that's probably the closest one. I would be happy with either one, but let's go Leno, Jenkinson, Mustafi, and Monreal would be. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah. Leno, Jenkinson, Mustafi, Monreal, Kohler at the back, Torreira, Guendouzi, and Xhaka in midfield. Aaron Ramsey / Ozil, and then Aubameyang / Lacazette. And I'll put / Ozil because I feel this Ozil could play and give us what we need in this game. But Unai is not going to bust him really and truly, so there's no point. So I'd probably go with Ramsey. I actually feel Ramsey's having a good season, despite the fact he's being treated like a prestige El Nene, a premium El Nene of sorts, on this sort of squad role sort of thing, and he comes off the bench. But that would be mine. But you'd also have to consider 3-5-2. Part of me thinks he'll go with that now, just to get an extra man in the midfield. For me, if we had to line up in that, it'd still be Leno, it'd be Jenkinson, Mustafi, Koscielny, and Monreal with Kohler. Midfield again, I'm going with Guendouzi, Torreira, and actually go with Ramsey, but it'd probably be Xhaka, to be fair with you. I'd probably go with them because that's just what I'd feel. And Aubameyang and Lacazette, I feel if we're going to go with a three at the back, our midfield has to work even harder. And I'll give credit to Xhaka. There's been big games and games where, despite the fact he's got no real mobility or agility, he's put himself about. I just feel Ramsey, Guendouzi and Terrell would give us the best chance. It would be down to Ramsey and Guendouzi to remain disciplined, because admittedly I can see Guendouzi being a bit nonchalant on the ball, Ramsey probably vacating positions, and Torreira a bit at 6s and 7s, but that would be it. There's actually a case to drop Aubameyang or Lacazette as well, but I'd go with both. Let me just check. That's actually a 3-5-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 players. Always get mixed up with that, but that would be me, people. Either way, I think he's going to go 3-4-3. Pardon me, people. Like to see the diamond, man. The only carrot is that if we lose, we're out of the top 4. If we win, we've put a big spanner in the works of other people's top 4 claims. We've given ourselves a big vote of confidence and credit where due. It'd be a big performance, but on the topic of performance, a big performance is needed. Like I said, man, I'd love for us to win and take a point. I can see us losing, so and I'm not trying to be negative. I want to be wrong. I badly want to be wrong, people. But the least I want to see is a committed performance. We just lost to the better men. We didn't lose because people weren't tracking back. People were getting 2v1. Mustafi sliding all over the place and getting grass stains and grass marks all up his shorts and things like that. I don't want it to be the typical comical display. I know you guys know what I'm on about. If we lose, we lose. We hold our L and we go again. Like I said, many fans, I don't think it'd be the end of the world if we lost to Manchester City, to be fair. I don't want another 5-1 like how Liverpool dealt with us. So yeah, man, the main thing for me is just I beg our players, watch that high line, man. Please watch that high line. Please cover, please, because Man City is one of the best teams, if not the best teams, in terms of off the ball movement. We have an issue with that, especially midfield runners, so we're going to need to improve in that regards come Sunday. But yeah, man, as for this, I'm done with the preview. There's not really much more for me to expand on, so I'm going to get out of here. So on that note, people, deluded, I'm out.